Every weekend, as the sun began to dip low in the sky, James, an elderly man from Washington, D.C., could be seen walking silently through the old military cemetery. His steps were slow, deliberate, and careful as he approached the gravestones of soldiers long forgotten by time. He wasn't in a hurry. There was no rush. He knew this routine by heart. With a soft cloth in hand and a bucket of water, he gently wiped away years of dust, grime, and moss that clung to the stones. The gravestones were weathered, the names faded, and the faces of the men who once stood proud were now lost to history. But James didn't care about their names. For him, it wasn't about recognition or attention. It was about respect. He believed these men had done something that had granted him the gift of freedom, and he would honor that every single weekend without fail. One day, a curious young man walking by the cemetery stopped and watched James for a while. After a few minutes, he approached the elderly man and asked, "Why do you do this? These graves haven't been tended to in years. No one remembers these men anymore." James paused, wiping his brow and standing up straight. He turned to face the young man, his wrinkled face lined with a lifetime of stories. His eyes, though tired, were filled with a depth of emotion. "I do this because they died so I could live free," James said, his voice steady but filled with a quiet reverence. The young man, who had come to expect a different answer, perhaps a political statement, a public acknowledgement, was caught off guard. He didn't know what to say. How could someone so old, so unassuming, carry so much respect for men he'd never known? How could a simple act like cleaning gravestones be so full of meaning? James continued, his voice softer now, as though speaking to the soldiers themselves. "I'm not doing this for praise or to make a name for myself. I'm doing it because these men, whether I know them or not, gave their lives for something greater than themselves. They sacrificed so that people like me could walk these streets, breathe freely, live with dignity. The least I can do is keep their memory alive, even if no one else will." The young man stood there for a moment, speechless. He hadn't expected the answer to come from a place of such quiet gratitude, nor had he expected it to leave him feeling so moved. As he watched James finish cleaning the gravestone, he realized that true honor wasn't found in grand gestures or public speeches. It was found in the silent, consistent acts of respect that people like James performed every day without ever seeking recognition. The young man walked away that day, his heart heavier with understanding. He realized that the true meaning of gratitude wasn't something loud or flashy. It was silent and humble, like the man who cared for the forgotten graves. James continued his ritual every weekend, each movement a quiet reminder that true gratitude is not something said, it is something done. Moral: true gratitude is silent and consistent. It is not in the grand gestures, but in the small, selfless acts that we do without expecting anything in return.